What if I told you that the biggest ticket seller in America is under government watch for threatening venues and controlling how you can buy and even resell tickets? Today I'm breaking down Senator Josh Hawley's fiery grilling of Live Nation execs, exposing just how much power Ticketmaster has over your concert experience. Let's start with the basics. Ticketmaster's parent, Live Nation, is already under a consent decree with the Department of Justice. Translation? The government thinks they've been abusing their spot in the ticketing world. Hawley came out swinging, asking why Live Nation agreed to extend that decree instead of fighting it in court.
Senator Hawley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thanks to the witnesses for being here. Mr. Berchtold, if I could just start with you. Your company is currently under a consent decree with the Justice Department. Is that correct?
Yes, Senator.
Running through 2025, is that right?
Yes, Senator.
This is because the Justice Department says that your company repeatedly conditioned and threatened to condition Live Nation's provision of live concerts on a venue's purchase of Ticketmaster's ticketing services. Is that correct?
The Department of Justice alleged there were 6 instances in 2019 that they thought were violations. We agreed to extend the decree rather than to debate it in court because we had no interest in being perceived as defending the notion of threatening or retaliating.
Yeah, well, kind of extraordinary to have a consent decree running for such a long period of time and have you not even fight it in court. Let's talk about what your company is doing to try to control the resale market. You've been pushing something called SafeTix, which, as I understand it, it's a digital ticketing system. You need your phone for it, right? There's an app. It generates a barcode that then regenerates every few seconds. You can't print it off. You've got to use the app for it. Is that basically correct? Do I have the basics right there?
Yes, Senator. One of the major investments we've made over the past decade has been shifting ticketing from a paper ticket or a PDF to a on-the-phone digital ticket as a major issue towards security and to eliminate fraud.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you're innocent, wouldn't you want your day in court? Then there's the whole SafeTix situation. This digital ticket system constantly changes the barcode on your phone. Sure, it sounds secure, no more fake tickets or shady printouts, but there's a catch. Now you're locked into Ticketmaster's world. Want to give a ticket to your friend? You to use their app. Hawley called it out. Is this about fighting fraud or just keeping control?
I want to come back to that, but just so I understand the way the system works. So once you've got the app, then somebody who's got a ticket on the app can digitally transfer that ticket to another app user, but they can't print it off and resell the ticket on StubHub, for instance. Is that correct?
Yes, Senator. They cannot print it off because the notion of printing it would open susceptibility to fraud and duplication of that ticket.
So you could only, let me just be clear about the way this works. You could only resell it through the Ticketmaster ecosystem. Is that right?
No, Senator. Those tickets are often resold on StubHub, SeatGeek, and other secondary ticketing platforms.
Okay. So let me just ask you about the counterfeiting question here. I mean, what kind of scale are we talking about here? I mean, what percentage of tickets sold in the secondary market do you think are counterfeited?
Well, I think that in today's digital ticket, the counterfeit ticket has been all but eliminated. We still have a large issue with speculative tickets being sold where the seller doesn't actually own the right to the ticket but is selling it to the fan who's unaware of that. But the old issue of having a PDF photocopied multiple times and resold has been eliminated.
And what about the resale market? Ticketmaster claims you can resell your ticket on sites like StubHub or SeatGeek, but only if you transfer it through them. So, they're always in the middle. Hawley made it simple. Imagine buying a movie ticket and not even being allowed to give it away unless the company approves.
How does the resale of the SafeTix, how does that resale with another entity, let's say StubHub, just for illustrative purposes, how does that work? How can I, if I had a SafeTix ticket, how could I resell it on StubHub?
You could list your ticket on StubHub. There would be a buyer. The buyer would buy the ticket. You would transfer that ticket to the recipient's Ticketmaster account if it were a concert, if it were an NFL ticket, to their StubHub account. Do
you have any plans to restrict the resaleability of digital tickets through third-party entities like StubHub or others?
We have no plans to restrict that transferability. We do believe that the artist should have the right to set the rules, as we were discussing earlier, in terms of the nature of the transferability. We believe there should be no difference between the rules that we, Ticketmaster, follow and what any of the other platforms can do.
So let me just ask you about the transferability question. Why is it good for consumers to limit transferability? Why, I heard your exchange with Senator Kennedy. I don't understand why it's a good thing for the ticket buyer to not be able to resell her tickets or his tickets.
Senator, I think that tickets in concerts in particular are a unique animal in that those tickets are often underpriced by the artists because they want to deliver value to the fans. And that creates the opportunity, a $5 billion a year opportunity in the United States for the industrial scalping of tickets using bots to unfairly gain possession of those tickets, illegally gain possession of those tickets, and resell them on the secondary. So the transferability comes into play as part of the discussion, or this comes into the discussion on transferability, given that illegal activity that is enabled by ease of transfer.
But are there other examples of markets, ticket markets, where we limit transferability in that way?
Senator, I'm not aware of other markets where you have such a substantial arbitrage in the value.
Yeah.
Is that fair? The execs tried to blame scalpers, saying bots scoop up thousands of tickets and jack up prices. But does making it hard for everyone to resell really protect fans or just protect Ticketmaster's monopoly? Hawley wasn't convinced, and honestly, neither am I.
It's. I mean, you can't do it obviously with movie tickets. Let's say. I mean, those are freely transferable. I just worry about the effect on consumers and prices. If you tell a consumer who buys her ticket that she can't then turn around and sell it, I mean, you talk about a market intervention. That's a pretty significant one. I understand why the artists would like it. I certainly understand why you would like it. It's not clear to me why it's good for consumers.
Yes, Senator, I think we believe it's good for consumers because it would mean that the consumers could buy all of those tickets rather than having what is often 20 to 30% of concert tickets purchased by scalpers using bots and put on the secondary market directly.
Let me just, Madam Chair, I know I'm over time and Senator Cruz wants to ask questions. Let me just really quickly here ask Ms. Bradish if I could. I want to come back to this consent decree extension that's now running out through 2025. What DOJ alleged in 2020 was pretty significant. They said that there had been violation of the earlier consent decree, that Live Nation had retaliated. They'd violated the plain language of the decree. It's not normal, is it, for antitrust consent decrees to get extended like this after violations are identified? Am I correct?
That's correct.
So what do you think's going on here?
The DOJ's own experts say the only real fix might be breaking up Live Nation and Ticketmaster altogether. Bottom line, Hawley's questioning put a spotlight on a system that feels rigged against fans. Are we stuck with a monopoly, or is it time for a shakeup? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the moments shaping music and your wallet.